Okay, so there's one that says a rectangular room is 1.5 times as long as it is wide. So let's change
Mm-hmm.
this one to 1.5 because then at least I'm having a problem with the book.
Okay.
And it says that the perimeter is equal to 25 meters.
Okay.
So the first part is just to draw a diagram. So that's sort of what I have here. So they say first to draw a diagram using width and length. So you would just have your width labeled as W, your length as L. Then it says to write L in terms of W. So what I have is the 1.5 W. That's what it means to write L in terms of W. You're rewriting L as something with W instead. So that way you have only one variable. So that
Uh-huh.
gives you 1.5 W. Then it says to write an equation for the perimeter in terms of W. So that means that you only want to have W in your equation. So perimeter is basically adding up all the sides. And another way to write that is it's 2 times the width plus 2 times the length, since there's 2 of each side.
Uh-huh.
So our perimeter is 25. So I can replace P with 25. And then I want everything to have W, so I can leave the 2W as is, but I want to replace the L with 1.5 W, since the length is 1.5 times the width.
Mm-hmm.
So that will give you an equation, and then you can solve for W to get the width. So the first step would be to multiply the 2 times 1.5. So we get 2W, and then that gives me 3W. So then I can add the 2 plus the 3. Those are like terms. Since they both have W, that gives me 5W. So when I want to get W by itself, I need to divide by 5. Since it's 5 times, so we do the reverse. We divide. That's sort of the opposite of it. So I
Mm-hmm.
divide both sides by 5, which gives me W equals 5. So now I know that the width is 5 meters because it says the perimeters in terms of meters. And then we need to find the length. So the length is 1.5 times that. And that one I'm going to have to get my calculator out. That comes to 7.5. So that means our length is 7.5 meters. So when we give dimensions, we usually give length by width. So
Mm-hmm.
our length by width this would be 7.5 by 5. So usually with dimensions, we
Mm-hmm.
use that x, which is different from the letter x when you're solving.
Right.